What's up, guys? What's up, crazy family? So, I told you guys we're going to do this, and we're doing it right now. I'm right now interviewing, I'm here with Bryce. It's Kisak, right?
Kisak.
I always screw it up. It's like...
Hey, you're not the... everyone does.
Well, with Becky's name, I always call her Moser. It's Mosser. She gets mad every time.
People have been screwing her last name up since my dad was a kid.
So I wanted to introduce my friend, Bryce. Bryce is a YouTuber. His channel is HockeyGUY66871.
Yes,
can I come beside you?
Yeah, you got the numbers correct.
I got the numbers correct because I looked it up and made sure I put my notes.
There you go.
But no, I just wanted to make sure that everyone. We've been doing these interviews for a couple months now with these because I think it's fascinating.
Yeah,
and their ideas or their thoughts on the park, because you as a YouTuber document the park.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, let me ask you, what does the 66871 mean?
66 is for the Penguins.
Okay.
If you put it together, 6-6 for Mario Lemieux, then 6-8 for Yager, 8-7 for Crosby, 7-1 for Malkin.
If you haven't figured this out, Bryce is a big, huge sports fan. So his YouTube channel is half Kennywood and half sports, mainly hockey.
Mainly hockey, yeah.
But you love football.
Yeah, I'm actually going to the Steeler game tomorrow. So.
All right, man. Yeah, him and I on the sports really don't connect, but when it comes to roller coasters, man, that's how I became friends with him. I think Bryce and I met you last year.
Last year opening day.
We held our first member meetup at the Phantom. And this guy has how many lifetimes?
Exactly 1,200. I got that the last weekend of Fall Fest. I rode it 28 times to get to the 1,200.
Dude, that is an insane amount.
I still need to get. Kevin's near 12. He's probably almost at 12,000.
We're talking about Kevin Harper, our friend. But Bryce, how old are you?
I'll be 23 in March.
For 23 years old, and he has that many rides on it. That's pretty crazy. Kennywood crazy. I'm 13 away from 400 on Steel Curtain. If that reopens next year, who knows at this point. I'm thinking it probably reopens at some point. It opens opening day. Wouldn't shock me. If it don't open till July, wouldn't shock me either. So
who knows with that thing?
What's made you want to start documenting the park and coasters?
I made that channel a long time ago. And it was originally just going to be a gaming channel. I was just going to play video games.
You know what? You're not the only one who started off that way. Jay Zimmer did that too.
Yeah, I mainly...
Insane Coaster Junkie.
Mainly was just playing video games.
Yeah. And
then I got my camera sunglasses, and I said, you know what? I might start doing this.
And if you guys don't know, Bryce is also a member of ACE. So he is not just here. He is addicted, like I am, and like Raquel is, to roller coasters.
I travel. I've been to almost every major park on the East Coast. There's just a couple left.
Yeah. Oh, what is your coaster count?
191. I'll be getting to 200 next year when I go to Holiday World in Kentucky Kingdom.
I'm stretching going to 80, and that's a big jump for me.
Yeah.
Because I only have so much cash.
I was in 2021. I was at the start of 2021 before I went to Kings Island. I was at 36 coasters, and now in the last 2 years, I've gone from that to almost 200.
Cool. Okay, so here's a question. What about Kennywood are you crazy about?
All the coasters.
Coasters?
Phantom, Curtain, all of them.
You have memories? Who started taking you here?
My dad.
Your dad?
My first major coaster was Jackrabbit, and that was back when the height restriction was 36 inches.
Wow.
I miss those days.
Cool.
Which I could see why, for safety reasons, it's 42.
You guys have never rode it. Those who have never rode it.
It should never have had a 36-inch height requirement. I'll tell you that right now.
Dude, it's got some major airtime on that double down. Oh.
I did 2 rides on it today. The line is obnoxious.
All right. So, also, let me ask you. Okay, here's the next question. What do you think this year that Kennywood got correct?
Well, I can name a lot of things that got wrong. But right, well, obviously the refreshing. Spinvasion is the best flat ride here. Better than Black Widow, in my opinion. And really the last 2 years with all the refreshing and all that, it's brought a different feel. It makes the park look a lot better.
Live there.
Before it was looking more like a rundown and And I've been to parks that are run. Six Flags America is one. I've been to the Fields Dairy rundown.
Oh yeah, I mean
even Six Flags Dairy and Lake, but I think both those parks have great lineups. They just feel very rundown.
I've never been to that park. But, I feel the same way.
Which one, Dairy and Lake or
Dairy and Lake?
Okay.
I feel the same way about the park. My first day of this season was really cool, as I thought when they're celebrating their 125. I come in the park and look down that midway and see that big, huge Steel Phantom sign.
I don't know what they did with it afterward. I was kind of hoping they were going to keep it all year.
Maybe was it?
It's from the Science Center.
It's in the Science Center.
Well, it was when they had that simulator in the sports rooms.
Okay, do you think it went back to a museum?
I hope so.
I hope they either Kennywood holds onto it and puts it in a
I would like to see them put it somewhere around. I would like to find somewhere in the park where they can permanently keep it.
Yeah, that would be good. Or maybe in the offices, because they have a lot of...
I'd rather it be out where the guests can see it.
I was told that there's actually a golden ticket award for the both coasters. Steel
Curtain.
Not Steel Curtain, but the
original one.
The Phantom.
Phantom's Revenge.
Phantom's Revenge. But they never displayed it out.
Steel Curtains they display, and it's honestly kind of irrelevant because that ride's never open.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point now, and we'll get the curtain now. I might as well just say it now. I'm going to speak my mind here. It's at the point I think they should axe it. I'd axe it. I'd build. I'd get a new.
That's a good segue.
I would absolutely get. I would demolish it now, and I would build a brand new Hyper. I would have went with mock rides in 2018. No, I would have went. They actually proposed. From what I heard, they proposed a Hyper coaster. It was going to be somewhat similar to that. It was going to have 10 inversions, 2 0G stalls. Now I don't know how true that is. That's what I've heard at Ace events. And I was here on the media day for it, and that's what I was told as well.
I would have thought, it would be cool because Mod makes those extreme stairs.
I know. I was hearing it was a Hyper.
Cool.
I was hearing it was a Hyper.
I'd love
to. It would have actually probably been around the same height, maybe a little bit taller. And my guess is it would not have had the Drachenfire dive drop. I'm guessing it would have had instead a big vertical loop over the lift hill because a lot of mock Hypers have that. But that was what I heard, and I heard the RMC rumors and all that, but I'm wishing they went with that mock proposal. And I'm hoping when they axe that thing, they go back to mock and see if they'll be willing to do it. But it was the $28 million price tag that took them away from it.
Yeah, I get it. But you want to, for me and my
That's what I wanted. I wanted mock.
My thought was, if you're going to get something that'll run. If you're
when that thing is running, it runs really great.
Hey, when it's running, it's
when it's running. Yeah. But this year it was down for half the friggin' year.
Yeah. So that's a good segue to the next question. What do you think Kennywood got wrong this year? There's also other things probably on your mind.
That's the biggest one.
That's the biggest.
Black Widow being closed as often as it was. Mm-hmm. But honestly, the Steel Curtain thing was an absolute. I think they absolutely regret their purchase, and they should.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've heard a lot of rumors, and I'm hoping a lot of these rumors are true because if they do these, it'll work. Fingers crossed. But I've talked. My dad's an engineer. He works in steel construction. I told him the rumors. He's like, if they do that, they should not have any more structural problems with it ever again.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a CAD technician. I'm not an engineer. That's my dad.
And he's also, for a living,
coaster
enthusiast. He don't get paid for it, but he just...
No, unfortunately. I'd love to be a photographer for Ace, though.
Yeah. So I think, too, in my eyes, I think this year what was a bummer and what they could have done better.
I honestly think this year, 2022 was awesome. Steel Curtain ran almost flawlessly in 2022. It was just had that 3 weeks where it was down. And I was thinking this was going to be the year. It finally had no problems, but...
That reminds me of Jonathan Baker's video where he throws his hat down and throws a football at the sign. That was actually my friend. That was actually my friend Tino. Actually. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, no, that was Tino throwing his hat down. That was Jonathan's video.
But anyway, what I was about to say is, to me, the one train opposite this year on Phantom, that
Unacceptable.
was unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
The one train ops on Still Curtain.
Well, see, I think with Curtain, I honestly think, here's my theory, and this is just a theory, this is just my speculation. I know those trains are very, very heavy. I have a feeling that has to do with some of the problems.
Yeah.
And I think honestly, it needs new trains, obviously. I think it needs lighter trains.
Yeah.
But then they're gonna might have to modify it.
Listen, usually when they modify something, they always go astray. It makes it worse. But that sucks.
Well, if you maybe you could put a small LSM launch on the airtime hill before the dive loop.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think if they're gonna run the current trains, I hate to say it, but I think one train is honestly the best thing for the structure. Because that'll put a lot less stress on it, because it's only running half as many trains. I mean, I hate to say it because those lines get long, but I'd rather it be open and wait in that line for 2 hours than it not be open at all.
Right.
And if one train ops makes it more reliable and fixes a lot of the structural problems, then that's what they need to do.
Well, we also, when I sat here...
Or that or just get rid of it entirely like I would probably do at this point.
When we sat here with David, and he mentioned something about the parking issues. Like
I
how
don't really have any problems. I park in gravel lot.
Well, like the backup on Boulevard.
But I get here early enough where it doesn't affect me.
Well,
I get here well over an hour before opening.
That's the most of the population.
Yeah, I know.
They
don't want to sit at the gate. They'd rather sit in
like
traffic.
us, where we're like, okay, we need to get on coaster first, so we're not.
Yeah, I know.
But most of the public GP don't know that you got to do that.
That is a problem.
But that is an issue ever since they started.
Oh, probably it's been a problem for
2 years. Actually, 2 years since they redid the parking lot for the paid parking, which parking lot.
The way they redid the parking for 2022 was an absolute mess, and they still haven't fixed it.
But I did hear last week or a couple weeks ago they did work to have some people out there directing and trying to tell people, but that still doesn't do much.
Yeah, they have all these, like they have a lot of the lots closed off. They have them blocked off, where it's just you get one way in. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
They had no problems with it up till 2022, and then they've had a lot of problems. It makes no sense.
So here's a question to think of in the future. You are very young. You're not married, and you're single. You don't have kids, obviously. But,
never will.
Okay. But what do you think is the legacy that we should leave to the future generation when it comes to this park?
Obviously, it's a historical place. Lots of ancient rides with a lot of history.
A lot of historic rides.
A lot of historic rides.
So what kind of legacies should we leave? Should we more like memories?
Yeah.
Or teach them about the history?
I think we should teach them about the history of this place.
Yeah. I think so too. I think it's I keep on telling you my story with Raquel.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kennywood was a great tool for my wife and I.
Oh yeah.
To heal our marriage.
Yeah.
You know, so we have Raquel is sitting across from me. Rock and I have so many memories, and it's because of that coming up here we started Krazy. Mm-hmm. And because of that we made friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, you. Zach is right beside us, and you guys can't see him, but he's over there. We've made so many friends, so many memories, and that's why we come.
When you come here as often as I do, you make a lot.
He actually comes more than I do because he lives a lot closer.
This year I didn't come that much because I had a lot of personal matters. I'm not going to get into.
No, we don't need to.
But yeah, I didn't. But yeah, last year I came here like 70 times. This year I don't even going to get to 40.
Oh, what a shame.
I know. Next year, well, it also didn't help that throughout the summer I didn't come on weekdays very often because now this I will say, I had to get up, I had to work overtime at work, so that's why I didn't come, because I had to get up at the ungodly hour of 4 a.m.
Yeah,
so
I know
that's why I
feeling.
didn't come on weekdays throughout the summer like I did in 2022.
You know, Alex, you don't live down the street.
I wish.
Our friend Alex, he literally lives like 10 minutes away from the park. So he's here.
Next year I should be here. I should be here like I was in 2022. Hopefully.
Okay. Well, with that, guys, I want to thank my man Bryce for his time. Go check out Bryce's channel.
There's a lot of footage from here and other parks too, as well as some old Penguin footage as well.
Yes. He like I said, he's
retro
an avid lover of Penguins. If you love hockey, if you love Kennywood, like he's crazy about Kennywood and hockey. So I want to feature him because he's a good friend, and we want to just always support each other.
Yep.
Whatever we do, what passions we do, we're going to lift each other up and show Mad Crazy love. All right, go check out Bryce's channel. It's called HockeyGUY66871. All right, with that, God is good all the time, and love each other. Mad Crazy love, guys.